The one thing that Donald Trump and the MAGA excel at is at how many lives have been destroyed, how many careers have been destroyed, how many legacies in this country have been destroyed because of him. One such legacy is that of the Kennedy family name. You only need look at John F. Kennedy, former President of the United States, whose life actually is synonymous with duty, honor, country. From his time as a military officer in the United States Navy, during the time of World War II, when he was serving in the Solomon Islands campaign, receiving the Navy Marine Corps Medal of Heroism and the Purple Heart. You only need look at his life and wonder, how can anyone measure themselves up to his example? None of us can. None of us can. Not even anyone who served in the military and served in public service as a politician, and then the highest office in the land, the presidency of the United States, in which John F. Kennedy pushed this country forward and lost his life in the service of his nation as president. All of that legacy, the name, has been destroyed because of Robert Kennedy Jr., the current Health and Human Services Secretary. Now, before today, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was already a scumbag, a liar, and a lunatic, a nutjob conspiracy theorist. But I never would have thought, I never would have believed that this man was a stone-cold racist. The kind of racist, not just your average wear a white hood, carry a Confederate flag type of racist we see with the KKK or the neo-Nazis. Not the type of racist that Donald Trump made excuses for in Charlottesville during his first administration. But he's a kind of racist that espouses stuff that Adolf Hitler himself would applaud about eugenics. The only difference is RFK Jr. wasn't talking about the Jews. He was talking about Black Americans. Now, this clip I'm about to show you is from 2024 and is recently resurfaced and brought to the limelight thanks to members of the Congress and Senate. And I'll show you those clips later on in this video. But I want you to watch this because it is pretty damn sick when you take into the full context of what Robert Kennedy believes.
Also, my big Peace Corps program. You know, my uncle started the Peace Corps. He started the space program. My Peace Corps program is going to be wellness farms, rehabilitation facilities that I'm going to start in rural areas all over the country, where any American can go for free. Any of them who is dependent on drugs, either legal drugs or illegal drugs, psychiatric drugs, which every black kid is now just standard put on Adderall, SSRIs, benzos, which are known to induce violence. And those kids are going to have a chance to go somewhere and get reparented, to live in a community where there'll be no cell phones, no screens. You'll actually have to talk to.
I hope you are paying attention to what he said. And speaking real truth about me, I was on Adderall when I was a kid. I was diagnosed with ADHD. Adderall didn't make me violent. Adderall just made me very, very sleepy and screwed my appetite, but it didn't make me violent. What he just said was pure racist. Not only that, he destroyed and eliminated and completely spat on his uncle's legacy. JFK, I speak of. He spat on his legacy, and he did all this while he was running for president in 2024. Obviously, he lost the nomination to Trump. But in all seriousness, I really don't know what I'm supposed to say to that. But I know a couple of people who did. You're going to see a couple of clips where this podcast clip was brought to his face. And you're going to see RFK Jr. cry and whine like a little bitch, trying to excuse himself, trying to find some way out of the hole he dug himself. Take a look.
2024 podcast interview, you suggested that Black children on ADHD medication should be reparented. You said every Black kid is now just standardly put on Adderall, SSRI, benzos, which are known to induce violence, and that those children are going to have to go somewhere to get reparented. There is a lot to unpack in that comment. I know that you've already answered several of the questions I was going to ask, and so I'm just going to rephrase them. Mr. Secretary, you've already admitted you are not board-certified physician, and you've already admitted that you did not go to medical school. Have you ever reparented, or parented, I should say, a Black child?
I don't even know what that phrase means, and I doubt
just
that
a yes
I said
or no
it.
answer.
I doubt that
You
I
did
said
say
that
it.
phrase.
You
No,
absolutely
I'm not going to
said it.
answer something that I didn't say.
You absolutely said it.
Oh, I'd like to hear the recording.
So to be
Because
clear,
it doesn't
sir,
make any sense.
I'm
I
gonna
don't even know
reclaim
what
my
it
time.
means.
I don't either. That's why I'm
And
asking.
by the way,
So to be
of
clear, you're not a
26
doctor, you have no medical degree, and you have no formal medical training.
As
And
have,
you have never
as have,
parented a
as
Black
have
child.
24 of the 26 HHS secretaries have not had medical
This is my
degrees.
time. And I say to the chairman, I want to reclaim my time. So you are not a doctor, have no formal medical training, and you've never parented a Black child, and yet you are suggesting that the federal government should take Black children away from their families and reparent them and send them off to some wellness farm instead of providing them with evidence-based
You're just
medical
making
care.
stuff up.
I am absolutely not making this up. Mr. Secretary, in your opinion, what factors should the federal government consider when reparenting a Black child who has been on ADHD or ADD?
I don't even know what you're talking about, Congressman. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what reparenting even means.
I don't either, but you said that.
I did not say
Mr. Secretary.
You said every Black kid is now just standard, put on Adderall, on SSRIs, benzos, which are known to induce violence, and those kids are going to have a chance to go somewhere and get reparented, to live in a community where there'll be no cell phones, no screens. You know, you claimed, in fact, you went on to say, actually the whole transcript was even worse. You said that if you could, you would send, quote, every Black kid, again, your words, not mine, to go live on farms and work. Is that your?
I would have to hear that recording because
Well, I have the recording.
I have no memory of saying anything like that.
Yeah, well, I actually have the recording that I can give to you, but it is absolutely what you said. And if you want me to play it, I can play
But
it.
if you ask me what my opinion is, I do not believe that every Black kid should be reparented on a wellness farm or whatever, and I have never believed that.
Well, you said it, sir. I have the video here. In fact,
I'm
you're
telling you,
wrong.
I don't believe it. That's not my vision for our country.
Well,
or
I'm
for the
glad
Black
because it was
community.
ignorant to say, it was dangerous, and it was irresponsible.
Well, if I said it, I apologize, but I'd have to see the transcript.
Okay, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do his voice. But I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I did not say it. I didn't say it. That's all he said. That's all his defense that RFK Jr. can give. I didn't say it on both clips. You think we're stupid, don't you? You honestly think that, maybe you think that the Kennedy name is going to save your ass. Because that's the only reason why you were appointed Human and Health Services Secretary, is because of nepotism. Trump saw your name and says, "Oh, look at me, I got a Kennedy, one of the Kennedys, you have to like me now. I got a Kennedy on my side." This man that's already been shown in the clips that I've shown you has no medical training, no medical degree, no history of medical service anywhere. And all of a sudden, this guy is going to try to lecture us about reparenting, about psychiatric drugs. It's bad enough you're overseeing the biggest measles outbreak in this country's history. People have died because of you, and you are already the War Secretary, P. Hegseth, has already given orders that mandatory vaccinations for the flu are no longer happening. No doubt by following your damn advice. I'm just going to say it right now, Kennedy. You destroyed your family's name. You destroyed the legacy that your uncle and your father, Robert F. Kennedy Sr., the former Attorney General of the United States, while your uncle was president, you pissed all over them. You might as well go to Arlington Cemetery. Go to the Eternal Flame resting place on that hill that I've actually been to. I actually took a trip to Arlington National Cemetery years ago. I took photos of that sacred place. You might as well go up there on that hill and piss all over it, because that's what you did in this case. That's what you did, Robert. But the MAGA is fracturing, and it's falling, and it's being destroyed a piece at a time. And one of those big pieces is you. And don't think for 1 second that you're immune to what's going to happen when it does fall apart. And it will, and it has fallen apart. Your ass is going to be spending the rest of your life disgraced, destroyed, while we try to pick up the pieces of the legacy your uncle and your father built in this country. They were better men than you, and you will leave nothing to the legacy of Kennedy but disgrace, dishonor, all because of Donald Trump. And I'm going to end it with asking this one question. Was it worth it? CTP, know the truth, God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.